One of the hardest questions we can ever be asked is to say what we think is the greatest. It means that we've got to actually discern between all the things that we know and pick out one thing. I wouldn't want to be a judge in some competitions because deciding who's the greatest is really challenging. And it must have been like that for Jesus when someone came along and said, "What is the greatest commandment?" He could have spent time just thinking, well, there are so many. You know, when the children of Israel were about to enter the promised land, we gave them so many rules and regulations, the kind of house rules that you might get when someone's moving in with you and says, these are the expectations. Indeed, God was going to move in with them into the promised land. So he did set out all these rules and regulations. But Jesus didn't hesitate. When it came to that moment saying, which is the greatest, he knew straight away. So let me read to you from Matthew 22. And I'm reading where it says this in verse 36. "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment." And then he adds this, "And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments." So Jesus didn't just set out what was the greatest. He actually said that this is the fundamental principle of everything that's in the law. It's really about loving the Lord your God and loving your neighbor as yourself. So that's an incredible answer, isn't it? But it's something that we need to take to heart because these things aren't theoretical anymore. They're not things that are written on stone. These things are meant to be written in our hearts and in our minds now that we're in a new covenant. And so we need to realize that on our hearts and in our minds, it's inscribed that we love the Lord our God and that we love our neighbors as ourselves. And actually it goes beyond that because when it comes to loving one another, we're told that we're to love one another as Jesus loved us. So what a challenge that is. But it's great to know the greatest, isn't it? It really is.